These attorneys, please put your appearance on record.
Jameson Knowlton for the state of Florida.
Thank you.
Tyler Brands on behalf of the Office of Public Defender.
Attorney Brandon Dark, and I'm here on behalf of inmate Austin Tweed.
All right, we don't have him yet.
I don't mind waiting,
Okay, thank you, counselor.
not a problem.
Please tell me your name.
Jeremiah Woods.
All right, you're here in 21 CJ 761. Hold on one second. It looks like this was originally maybe a juvenile case. There was an affidavit for custody order that was signed, and then in order to transfer it, the charge here is second-degree murder with a firearm. I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you. You won't have any bond at this time. That's it, all right. But even while you're here, you can't have any contact with the victim's family. Do you understand?
Repeat that, please.
Yes, sir. You can't have any contact with the victim's family even while you're in custody. Do you understand that?
Okay.
And you can't have any contact with any co-defendants. So we'll make sure that the jail knows if there are any co-defendants so they don't put you together.
Okay.
All right, go ahead, Mr. Brantz, if you want a second to talk to him.
Thank you, Judge.
Now we'll do the interpreters.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, good luck, sir.
Good morning, this is Daria Romero, Spanish interpreter, already sworn in today.
One moment, ma'am. Do we only have two? Oh, I see it. All right. I believe we have three cases for you, Madam Interpreter.
Thank you, Your Honor. I've already connected to the podium.
Oh, thank you. You're gonna put the headset on him? She's connected. Please tell me your name.
José Alfonso Orellana Padilla.
Jose Alfonso Oriana Padilla.
Sir, you're here in 21 CT 626, charged with driving while license suspended or revoked. There is probable cause. I'll appoint an attorney to represent you. Your bond is $500. You can't drive without a valid Florida driver's license. Do you understand that?
Sí.
Yes.
I show that he's out on bond in two cases. One is a DUI and one is a driving while license suspended. At this time, I'm inclined to revoke that, Mr. Brands, unless you can give me a reason not to.
Does he also have a probation, violation of probation requirements today, Judge?
I see that he's on probation, but I don't have a VOP right now. Is there a VOP today? Oh, here's a warrant. You're right, there is a warrant.
If he's going to be held at no bond on the violation of probation, I would just have him out on bond.
It's 20 CT 581. Sir, you're here because a warrant was issued for your arrest for violating your probation by committing the offense of DUI, driving while license suspended, by failing to pay the cost of supervision, failing to enroll in the victim awareness program within 60 days as ordered, failing to complete 5 hours of alternative community service per month, and failing to begin the vehicle impound during the 4th month. There is no bond on that warrant. I'll appoint an attorney to represent you in that case, and at this time, I am going to revoke your out on bond cases. Good luck, sir. Yes.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Sir, please tell me your name.
Clemente Ventura Morales.
Clemente Ventura Morales.
21 2041, a warrant was issued for your arrest for violating your probation by not complying with instructions given to you by the central intake officer, failing to keep an appointment scheduled, failing to enroll in the batterers intervention program, failing to pay $50 per month cost of supervision, and failing to complete a mental health evaluation within 45 days as ordered. At this time, there is no bond authorized on that warrant, and I'll appoint an attorney to represent you. Does he have something else this morning?
He was already seen on the failure to appear.
Okay, thank you. Good luck, sir. Sir, please tell me your name.
Sergio Trujillo.
Sergio Trujillo.
21 CF 8116. You're here charged with possession of cocaine, possession of fentanyl, using a foreign ID or driver's license while your Florida driver's license is suspended, violation of a non-resident requirement for a driver's license, and possession of drug paraphernalia. I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you.
Your Honor, as to the drugs found in his
Sí,
possession,
todo eso que me está.
Go ahead, counsel.
can I be heard on the possession of drugs in the arrest affidavit? They did an on-site test of those, and it yielded negative results. I don't know what they are.
So are you, I don't know what the feedback is. Counselor, are you
Well,
arguing there's no probable cause?
there may be no probable cause because usually the arrest affidavit, when they do a field test, it comes back
No,
positive.
lo que pasa que
He's on-
Counselor, did you want to say something to your client?
Yeah, all right.
Using the interpreter, if you want to,
Just remember, don't talk about the facts of the case because it won't help you case at this point. Advise against it.
está bien.
But yes, Your
Fine.
Honor, this is the first affidavit I've seen that said they did a field test and it came back negative. So I don't believe there was probable cause for the possession charges.
what says the state?
The state requests 24 hours, Your Honor, to fix any probable cause issues.
All right, I will give you 24 hours. I'll stay the bonds as they are, but we'll see you back here tomorrow, sir. Good luck. I believe that's all for the Spanish interpreter at this time.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a great day.
Thank you, you as well.
Welcome.
Thank you. It's just as the two, cocaine and fentanyl. Well, I don't know, maybe, are you making the challenge as to 3 counts? Count 5 as well?
Are we speaking to Tweed?
No, Mr. Brandt, on the last case.
Well, I believe just the 2 counts of possession because the third count is drug paraphernalia. So I don't
All right,
have any probable cause arguments for the drug paraphernalia. Just when they did the field test, it came back negative, so my only challenge would be to the possession charges.
all right, I just wanted it for the notes for tomorrow. All right.
Your Honor.
Count 1 and 2 only. Wait. Okay, thank you. All right. Are we bringing in his client or no? His client's last?
And Your Honor, I'm happy to be here. I used to be here all the time, so it's a little nostalgia. My son has a play date at 2:00. I think I'm gonna get there in plenty of time.
Listen,
Take
you
your
are
time.
definitely going to get there before 2 o'clock.
Yeah, so take your time. I don't
Okay.
mind being here. I love watching these guys work.
Okay, great, thank you.
I'm gonna be a little long-winded, so.
All right, well, we have some move-ups, and then your client is at the end of the move-ups, but not the end of the day. Please tell me your name.
Sharon Bly.
21MM4726. You're here charged with battery, domestic violence. There is probable cause. I'll appoint an attorney to represent you. Your bond is $500. You're not allowed to have any contact with the victim. Do you understand what no contact means?
Yes.
You can't possess a weapon, firearm, or ammunition. You have to maintain a separate residence, and I'll allow a one-time return with law enforcement to gather your belongings, but you may not coordinate that with the victim. Do you understand?
Yeah. I can't obtain a weapon. I can't buy.
You can't possess a weapon
buy
or a firearm or ammunition.
ever
Well, at this time.
this time.
This is a bond condition on this case. So when another judge changes that order, then you can have a weapon. Please tell me your name. 20 CF 5350, a Capias was issued for your arrest for failing to appear for a status hearing on charges of lewd or lascivious exhibition and exposure of sexual organs. At this time, there's no bond authorized on that Capias, and I'll appoint an attorney to represent you. Good luck, sir. Please tell me your name.
Now, Mavis.
21 CF 8132. You're here charged with battery on a law enforcement officer. I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you. There is probable cause in this case.
Yes, ma'am.
Your bond is $5,000. You can't possess a weapon, firearm, or ammunition. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Is this a bar? Is Elixir a bar?
Yes, I think it was nearby, yeah.
All right, you can't return to Elixir.
No problem.
All right, good luck, sir.
Is that it?
I'm sorry?
Is that it?
Yes, that's it.
All right, thank you.
Yes, sir. That's one. Okay. All right, sir, please tell me your name.
Kenneth McCaslin.
21MM3894. You're here because a Capias was issued for your arrest for failing to appear for arraignment on a charge of trespass on property other than a structure or conveyance. The bond authorized is $100. I'll appoint an attorney to represent you. That's it. You have a bond, sir. The statement can offer?
Your Honor, this is an FDA from a situation where he did try to go to court. He was ping-ponged around to the different courtrooms. He tried to leave a message. The original condition was a notice to appear. He wasn't even on bond, so he did appear. So he has a technical defense to the FTA, but he would be unable to afford a $100 bond. Would you be able to lower that to a more manageable amount, perhaps even release him on his own recognizance, as he did show up to the courtroom under a notice to appear?
Based on the charge and the defenses that you're raising, I would absolutely be inclined to do that. Unfortunately, this is a Capias that was signed by another judge, and by law, I can't change that. So it sounds like you have some great defenses, but at this time, I can't change what another judge has ordered. So what you want to do is call that number right away and ask them to file a motion in front of the trial judge. Do we know who this trial judge is?
Yes, Your Honor, it's Judge Andrew Cameron.
The only other thing we could do, can we bring him back at the end of the docket? The only other thing I can do is try to get in touch with Judge Cameron and see if he'll quash the Capias. But if he doesn't, I can't do anything. You understand that?
I'd appreciate that, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, we'll bring him back. Can you give me that back? Because I'm gonna send it to Judge Cameron.
What's going on? I always need pro bono work. What's going on? I just want to make sure I'm what I'm getting myself into. What was he roped up for?
Mr. Brantz,
Yes, Your Honor.
do you have by chance the number for the PDs that are in that division? Or someone at your office who could file a motion to quash while we're here?
Yes, I think I can, yeah. Do you mind if I text somebody?
No, that's what I'm doing. I'm texting the other judge. Because what will have to happen is we'd have to have a motion to quash, and I'd have to see if he'll grant it.
I'd do it. I'm not allowed to have my computer in here, though.
Thanks, Counselor. I don't even know. I mean, he could be out of town. He could be completely out of pocket, but I'll see if I get a response from him.
Understood, Your Honor.
I'm just gonna keep it right there. Is that okay? All right. Please tell me your name.
Gary Smith.
All right, sir, you're here in 21 MM 4744, charged with soliciting without a permit and possession of drug paraphernalia. There's probable cause in this case. Does the state have an offer?
There's no offer at this time, Your Honor.
Your Honor, if I may, would the court be amenable to a withhold as well as credit time served? And I believe the state would have to no-pross the drug paraphernalia.
Why would they have to?
They don't have to, I would say.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said they would have to.
Maybe I did. Procedurally, not that I'm requiring them to, just procedurally, unless you would like to release some ROR on the drug paraphernalia if he please withhold, or if you please no contest to the, I guess.
Why can't he plead to the paraphernalia? I don't know if he wants to. I'm just asking why you're saying he can't.
I'm not saying he cannot, Judge, it's just they have, current attorney, state attorney has been no-prossing drug paraphernalia cases.
All right, what says the state?
Your Honor, the defendant has prior petty theft convictions, grand theft, a long history, Your Honor, of Florida arrests. The state would be opposed to that. The state would ask for adjudication, Your Honor.
This is panhandling, Your Honor. It's soliciting without a permit. It's also
It's a county ordinance.
it's also not related to any theft.
Counsel, you appear before me regularly. You know that I'm generally opposed to withholding adjudication when people have a lengthy criminal history, since the purpose of it is sort of the first bite at the apple. However, the state has been offering to ask the court to withhold on most county and city ordinance cases. Let me ask the state, are you inclined to announce no information on count 2, or are you inclined to still prosecute that at this time?
Not at this time, Your Honor. The state would offer a withhold on the paraphernalia and an adjudication on the solicitation at this time.
All right. Did you have a chance to speak with Mr. Smith?
I did, Your Honor, but we didn't have an offer in front of us, so I only spoke hypothetically with Mr. Smith as to what an offer could look like. Can I have a moment to speak with him about the state's offer that has been presented today?
What I'm more interested in is the rights that he's giving up. Does he understand those rights?
I did speak with him in the back about those rights that are on his plea form and the rights that would be waived by entering a plea with the court, also the citizenship and probationary issues of entering a plea, and Mr. Smith did understand that he was waiving those rights and the issues with entering a plea today.
All right, Mr. Smith, I need you to raise your right hand to be sworn.
Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give should be the truth, the whole truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, sir, you heard what Mr. Branch just said. Are you interested in entering a plea of guilty or no contest today?
Yes, ma'am.
At this time, the state is not dropping either of these charges, so you'd have to enter a plea to both soliciting without a permit and possession of drug paraphernalia. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Do you understand the rights you're giving up if you enter one of those two pleas today?
Yes, ma'am.
You had an opportunity to discuss that with an attorney who talked to you as a friend of the court. Also, there's a piece of paper in front of you that explains those rights, like you're giving up your right to remain silent, your right to testify at a jury trial when one is required. You understand all those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
You also understand that if you're on probation anywhere, this plea could violate that. If you're on probation anywhere.
I'm not on probation.
But if you are, and I don't know it, I have to make sure you understand it could violate your probation. And if you're not a United States citizen, you could be deported. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Has anyone threatened you or promised you anything to get you to enter this plea?
No.
Are you under the influence of anything, drugs or alcohol or anything that could affect your ability to understand what you're doing?
No, ma'am.
Do you have any history of mental health illnesses?
No, ma'am.
All right, sir, do you have any questions for me about the rights you're giving up or what all of this means? You have any questions?
No.
All right, at this time, how do you wish to plead to the charges of soliciting without a permit and possession of drug paraphernalia?
No contest.
Sir, I'm going to accept your pleas. I find they're freely and voluntarily made. I'll withhold adjudication on both charges. I'm going to give you credit for the 2 days that you've been in custody. I have to order that you pay court costs. Do you have a job, sir?
I'm a disabled veteran, and I'm working with the VA right now on my housing situation, ma'am. I'm homeless, and
All right,
they just approved my housing, so
all right.
Tuesday I'm going to the VA, and they're gonna get my voucher and everything together so I can get off the street.
Which service, which branch of the military were you in?
United States Navy, ma'am.
So was my father. Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
All right, sir, at this time, I'm going to reduce your court costs to a lien. What that means is you're still required to pay them, but I'm not going to give you a time limit.
Yes, ma'am.
So it's about $300.
Yes, ma'am.
Once you get, the VA situates your housing, if you're able to pay it, that's good, because then it'll be off, it won't be affecting you anymore, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, do you have any questions for me?
No, ma'am. Thank you.
Good luck, sir. You have 30 days to appeal in writing.
I can go home today.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
There's nothing else holding him, right? Did he complete the plea form?
He has completed it now, Your Honor, and I
Okay,
spoke
thank
to
you.
him as a friend of the court.
Yeah, I did not appoint the public defender's office.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So far, I've not heard back from the other judge, though. Please tell me your name.
Tony Daniel Williams, ma'am.
21MM4742. You're here charged with fraud, knowingly or intentionally and unlawfully possessing 4 or fewer identities. I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you.
Your Honor, may I approach?
Yes. With the state? All right, Mr. Williams.
Yes, ma'am.
At this time, I'm going to have you screened for a program that we call mental health pretrial release. If you don't qualify for that, your bond is $100. We'll see if he qualifies. All right, good luck, sir. Please tell, oh, sorry. Please tell me your name.
Bethany
Bethany what?
Emberton.
21MM3647. It looks like you have a warrant out of Lake County for a simple battery charge, domestic. There's no bond authorized. We'll notify Lake County that you're here. But because it's a no bond, and I think we're still under that admin order, I will appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Good luck, ma'am. Please tell me your name.
Jacqueline Rodriguez.
You have a warrant in 19 CF 2348 for a violation of probation on a grand theft charge. It looks like out of Seminole County. There's no bond authorized. I'll appoint an attorney to represent you, and we'll notify Seminole County that you're here so they can come and get you.
Just have a question. What?
I can't hear you. Get close to the mic.
Just have a question. What's the violation for? Because they never told me anything.
I don't have the warrant, so I can't tell you that. It just says that you violated your probation.
Okay.
But when you get there, they'll explain it all to you.
Okay.
Does
Sorry.
Seminole come for transport on the weekends, or is it till Monday by chance?
I don't know the answer to that.
Not on the weekend.
Got my client here really fast. I wasn't expecting to be here today.
Please tell me your name.
Kristen James.
21MO776. You're here charged with open container of an alcoholic beverage. Was there an offer in this case?
Your Honor, yesterday was reset, so there was a pending offer yesterday of a withhold and credit time served. I didn't get a chance to speak with Ms. James, though. If I could have a moment.
Yes.
Thank you, Your Honor. I believe Ms. James would like to enter that plea of, I spoke about the citizenship and probationary issues, as well as the rights to be waived, and I believe Ms. James would still like to enter a plea today.
Please raise your right hand.
Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give should be the truth, the whole truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you.
All right, you heard what Mr. Branch just said to the court. Is that what you'd like to do here today?
Yes.
And you understand all the rights you're giving up if you enter a plea of guilty or no contest?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any questions for me about those rights? No. You understand that if you're on probation anywhere, this plea could violate that?
Yes.
And if you're not a U.S. citizen, this plea could subject you to deportation?
Yes.
All right, at this time, how do you wish to plead to the charge of possession of an open container of alcohol?
No contest.
I'll accept your plea. I find it's freely and voluntarily made. I'll withhold adjudication, give you credit for the probably 3 days. It's 2 days that you've been in custody. I have to order that you pay court costs. Do you have a job? Do you have a home?
I live in downtown Orlando.
I can't hear you. Get close to the mic.
Downtown Orlando. Downtown Orlando.
I believe she's.
But you don't have a house
No.
or an apartment? All right, I'm going to reduce that to a lien. Good luck, ma'am. You have 30 days to appeal in writing. Good morning. Please tell me your name.
Peter Jared Roberts.
21, I think it's an MO, 776. You're here charged with violating state misdemeanors. It's a violation of the city code. Is there an offer in this case? From the state?
No, Your Honor.
As it is a city ordinance case, Your Honor, and as you mentioned earlier, usually there's an offer of a withhold and credit time served with the, if we plead to the bench, would Your Honor accept a plea of withhold and credit time served on that charge?
I would.
I did have a chance to speak with Mr. Roberts in the back, and we talked about the repercussions of entering a plea, citizenship and probationary issues, as well as the rights to be waived, and I believe Mr. Roberts would still like to enter a plea today.
Mr. Roberts, can you raise your right hand, please?
Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give should be the truth, the whole truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, go ahead and put your hand down. You heard what Mr. Branch just said. Are you interested in doing that here today?
Yes, ma'am.
And you had an opportunity to discuss with him the rights you'd be giving up if you enter a plea of guilty or no contest?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any questions for me about those rights?
No, ma'am.
You understand that if you're on probation, this plea could violate that?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand if you're not a U.S. citizen, this plea could subject you to deportation?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol today, or anything that could impair your ability to understand what you're doing?
No, ma'am.
Do you have any history of mental health illnesses, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you say no or yes? Yes, you do? I don't know what your mental health condition is, and you don't have to tell me here today, but I need to make sure that that's not affecting your ability to understand what you're doing here today.
No, ma'am.
So you're not experiencing any symptoms from any mental health issues today?
No, ma'am.
All right, you appear to be alert and intelligent, interacting very well with the court, so I don't really have any concerns about that, but I still need to make sure.
Yes, ma'am. I understand.
I did notice you were moving a little bit slowly, Mr. Roberts.
My leg messed up.
All right, so your leg hurts, but that's not affecting your ability to understand what you're doing, right?
It's not affecting my brain.
All right, good. Thank you, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
At this time, how do you wish to plead to the charge of violating state misdemeanors?
Plead guilty.
You're going to plead guilty? I'll accept your plea. I find it's freely and voluntarily made. I'll withhold adjudication, give you credit for the 2 days that you've been in custody. I have to order that you pay court costs. Do you have a job, sir?
No, but I'm about to get my check turned back on.
You're what?
I'm about to get my check turned back on. I had an appointment today at 3 o'clock, but I was in here.
Well, you might get out by 3. I don't know how long it'll take. Oh, it's
But
pretty
if
close.
if I don't have, I need to, let me explain to you. If I got an open case, they're not gonna turn my money back on. I'm getting my money turned back on. So
Okay.
I need to clear this case. So after I clear this case, I pretty much have my money turned back on. I have some funds.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce it to a lien.
Yeah.
So you still have to pay it, but I'm not going to give you a time limit, okay?
All right. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Good luck. You have 30 days to appeal in writing.
Retaliation and stuff like that. I don't know if they can hear us. And I project pretty well.
All right, yeah.
Is that all right with you?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
All right, coming up.
Yes, Your Honor.
Counselor, if you want to call the case and, go ahead, sorry.
Judge Gibson, Attorney Brandon Dark, I'm here on behalf of Austin Tweed in his new law arrest case. I do not have the case number in front of me. I have the affidavit.
21 CF 7110.
Your Honor, I am going to ask for a reduction in bond, and may the state and I approach, there's unique facts that I do not want to talk out loud.
Yes, but before you do, I just want to advise your client, Mr. Tweed, a warrant was issued for your arrest. Let me tell you what the charges are, unless you're waiving that.
Yeah, you don't have the time
Okay,
with
all
the
right, I
judge.
just want to make sure.
We know what we're dealing with.
Okay, got it. Come on up. All right, thank you both. So another judge has already found probable cause in this case because a warrant was issued, but counsel, I do understand that you want to make an argument for reduction in bond. Please proceed.
Yes, Your Honor. Pursuant to the discussions that were had at the bench, I would respectfully request a reduction in bond. I would like him to be released on recognizance on all of the charges except the trafficking charge. I would respectfully request the court reduce that bond to $15,000 because I have communicated with his family, and that is how much they can afford. He has a stable residence. He lives at a recovery house. He has stable employment. He's on community control. He has had zero issues since being put on probation earlier this year.
All right, what says the state?
The state would be opposed to that, Your Honor. This defendant has multiple convictions, BOP possessions, multiple drug possessions, neglect of child, possession of 20 grams of cannabis, Willis, possession of synthetic cannabis, drug possession, paraphernalia, evidence destroying, open carrying weapons, possession of firearm in the commission of a felony, possession of short-barreled gun, rifle, machine gun, possession of cannabis more than 20 grams, possession of methamphetamines, aggravated assault, multiple VOPs, possession.
Now, are those arrests or convictions?
Yeah, I know.
Well, those are arrests, Your Honor.
Okay.
However, the defendant doesn't have any out-of-state history, but the defendant had been staying at a recovery house for 3 months. But, Your Honor, given the facts in this case and the amount of drugs that, are in the facts, I think that the bond right now is reasonable for the state of Florida.
All right, thank you both. I'll tell you where
I can answer
what's
any
giving me
questions
pause.
If you have any questions from what he says, because I've really, I have a good understanding of the facts, so.
So in reading the affidavit, I see that your client had previously been released on an early release program and cut his ankle monitor off. That's what's in the allegations.
Yeah, that's wrong. He wasn't in prison. He was on probation. He was
Okay.
with Judge Roche. Judge Roche has handled basically everything that the prosecutor has addressed, and she handled that with Attorney Roger Whedon in April in a 2018 case. And she gave him a second shot. She put him on community control, and he has been doing nothing but the right things since then. And all of the allegations that are made in this new law arrest stem from that arrest for that violation of probation that Judge Roche had already handled and given him this opportunity that he has taken and run with and done a great job.
All right, so the other thing that gives this court pause is that the allegation is that your client made threats to kill Orange County Sheriff's personnel if they entered the hotel room where he was staying. That also gives the court pause because the allegations are obviously trafficking in drugs with a weapon. So threatening to kill law enforcement while you have the apparent ability to do that is concerning. Can you help dispel some of the court's concern?
No, I absolutely can. At the time, my client had a serious drug addiction problem. His life was spiraling out of control in the wrong direction. And all of these facts might not known to the clerk or the judiciary, but they were certainly known to the state of Florida and the executive branch when he was put on community control and ordered by this court to abide by certain conditions, which he has been doing every day. He just got his driver's license back by folding laundry for months. He is working. He is doing his best. He is sober. He is clean. And Orange County Jail is not the place for him right now.
Mr. Tweed, where do you work?
I work at RSC. It's a call center for selling cruises and vacations.
You work 40 hours a week?
I work 4 days a week because one day of the week I have to report probation, and we work 6 to 7 hours a day.
He's on community control in Seminole County. So with respect to the concerns about supervision outside of once he gets out of jail, he's on supervision. He's under intensive supervision.
I have to tell you, Counselor, that's pretty compelling.
Well, Your Honor, I mean, from the state, it's just regardless of what he's been doing the last several months, Your Honor, it's not really relevant to what, the charges that have been filed. That's what this court should be considering, I believe, respectfully. The state of Florida has great concern for whether or not to release the defendant here, because of, like I said, the amount of drugs and, like the Honorable Court mentioned, with the bracelet, and the state would say that this defendant is a high risk of not showing up to court.
I think that it appears that he definitely was at one time, but because of the supervision he's currently on, is it with the Department of Corrections?
Yeah, he's he's on community control. It's in Seminole County, but it's Judge Roche's case. And Judge Roche has not signed a VOP warrant, so.
So she transferred it to Seminole?
I believe so, yes.
So I can go to the recovery house.
So
I see.
And he's been in recovery, and his family had abandoned him, but now they're rallying behind him because he's doing good. And we understand that this happened in the past, and we need to address this, but we just want to get credit for what we've done and maintain this opportunity that we've had, especially because, frankly, I understand what he says with the respect of the state of Florida, but the state of Florida had a chance to arrest him for this back when they did the VOP in November of 2020. They didn't. So obviously it wasn't so much of a concern to them back then that it needed to be addressed back then. So, and for what
I am curious as to why the warrant wasn't served for so long. It appears the state knew where he was.
Yes, and I think I know why, Your Honor, and we had discussions, but I would have to, I'm very familiar with Officer Stoudemire, Officer Messer. I had cases with him when I was a prosecutor. I just had a case with Austin not even a few months ago. I mean, that's how I ended up with this client. So I'll figure this out, but I think what's important for my client right now is that he get placed back in an environment that is conducive to his continued success, because that is for the benefit of, the future benefit of society.
Right, and some of the reasons, the purposes for bond, right, are to secure the presence of the defendant for future court dates, to balance his right to be released with protecting the citizenry of Orange County and any victim in the case. Not that this one has a, well, it has a victim if it's a grand theft, but I appreciate the arguments from both sides. What I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce the bond. I think based on the supervision he's already on right now through the Department of Corrections, it appears that it will not be hard for the state to secure his presence for future court dates. And can the state advise, has he been arrested since January on anything else? Or when was the VOP, you said?
The VOP, well, the initial, I have the affidavit. Would you like the paperwork?
No, I just want to know how long he's been on this program.
Since April of,
21.
April 21st of this year, I believe,
Your Honor, he
was when he entered the program. He had about 190 days credit for time served.
So he had been in custody.
He had been in custody the entire time. And then that's when they resolved it, and he had been placed on community control. He's been in the recovery house, no positive UAs, working, and he's gotten permission to work outside of the recovery center. And I sat down with him in the Seminole County Jail before I decided to take the case. I spoke to him at length. He's lucid, he's sober, he looks good.
He does appear lucid and
I
sober.
mean, so you can
You're
take his
correct.
mask off. He doesn't look like somebody from that affidavit. And I think we're all familiar with, because we're seeing them every day.
Right.
Your Honor, the state would just say again, because he was incarcerated for the period of time up to that April conviction, and him being on a 3-month period now, which would be incentivized to be on his best behavior. But regardless, Your Honor, the facts of the charge as they are, and some of the facts that have been stated by this honorable court already, are just so egregious, Your Honor, that the state again would stay on the record being opposed to any reduction in bond.
I understand. Again, I appreciate the arguments from both sides. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to reduce your bond on count 1 to $50,000, and then I'll treat the others as subsidiaries. So counts 2, 3, 4, and 5 will be $150. With special conditions, you can't possess a weapon, firearm, or ammunition. You can't possess or consume any controlled substance without a valid prescription. You can't have contact with any victim or witness in this case. You can't have contact with any known drug dealers, and comply with any other court orders or programs that you're placed on. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Can I have counsel approach one more time?
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
You should thank your attorney. He did an excellent job for you today.
Your Honor, may I approach on another case?
Yes. Thanks for coming, counselor.
Yeah, thank you, Judge.
The state? He said that he thinks there's a private attorney already. Please tell me your name.
David Ron Hope.
No, okay. 21 CF 8137, you're here charged with false imprisonment and possession of a controlled substance without a prescription. There is probable cause in this case, and I'll appoint an attorney to represent you. Ma'am, did you wish to testify?
No, ma'am.
All right, you don't want to be heard on anything? You don't want to speak to the court?
No, I actually spoke to the officer yesterday, told him nothing happened, like it.
Okay, if you want to say anything today, I have to swear you in.
No, thank you.
Okay, all right. All right, at this time, your bond is $10,000 on count 1, $100 on count 2. You can't have any contact with the victim. Do you understand what no contact means?
Yes, ma'am.
You can't possess a weapon, firearm, or ammunition. I'll order you must maintain a separate residence. I'll allow a one-time return with law enforcement to gather your belongings, but you can't coordinate that with the victim. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Are there any other conditions the state would request?
No, Your Honor.
All right, good luck. Good luck, ma'am. Please tell me your name. 21 CF 8125. You're here charged with aggravated assault with a firearm and battery domestic violence. There is probable cause. I'll appoint an attorney to represent you. Your bond is $5,000 on count 1. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you wish to be heard?
Yes.
I'm sorry. Please raise your right hand to be sworn.
Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give should be the truth, the whole truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Please state your name for the record.
David Littleton.
I'm sorry. I couldn't hear you. One more. Put your hand down.
David Littleton.
Hold on. Littleton?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm so sorry. Sometimes it's really hard for me to hear in this room. All right, let me ask this. The state's going to ask you a few questions.
Okay. What's your name? David Littleton. Why have you come here today? Because I was trying to see if, like any charge, I didn't know if I was like pressing charges on her or something like that, because I wasn't trying to do that.
Pressing charges on who?
On Allie.
Allie who?
Allie Hughes.
Why would the state be pressing charges on her?
Because they wanted me to make a statement about everything that happened yesterday.
Make a statement about what?
About the whole situation with the firearm.
Your Honor, don't the questions have to go to whether there should be contact between the defendant and the alleged victim?
He can ask anything he wants, counselor.
Now, should there be contact between you and the defendant?
If she will let me, yes.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you. Can you get really close to the microphone?
If she will let me, yes.
So it's not about her letting you, it's whether the court will allow you to have contact with her.
Yes.
What's your relationship with her?
She's supposed to be my wife. We're just not legally married.
So she's not your wife, she's your girlfriend?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you two been together?
We've been together for 2 Novembers.
2
years.
2 years? Has anything like this ever happened before?
No.
So do you want contact with her?
Yes.
Do you two live together?
Yes. The only reason why we can't stay at my grandmother's house because my grandmother doesn't approve of Caucasian women for me. So that's why there's so much tension. And that's why we've been arguing.
All right. Is there anything else you wanted to say to the court this morning?
Can she get pretrial?
Pretrial release? She doesn't qualify. Is that because of the charge?
It looks like we couldn't verify any information with her.
Yeah, she doesn't have an address or anything.
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right, does the state object to pretrial release?
It's her first offense. It's her first ever.
But if she doesn't qualify, it's a program, so I can't order that she go in a program if she doesn't qualify for it.
Okay.
But here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to order that she be screened for pretrial release. If she qualifies, she'll be placed on it. If she doesn't, you'll have to post a monetary bond of $1,000 on count 1 and $100 on count 2. With special conditions, I will allow you to have peaceful contact with the victim. Do you understand what peaceful contact means?
No, ma'am, I don't.
Okay, you can't even raise your voice. Do you want to have contact with him?
I do, but I did not go with a firearm. That is not true.
All right. Ma'am, I'm just telling you there's probable cause based on the probable cause affidavit today. If you think you have some defenses to this, you'll have to raise them at a later time. I just need to be sure that you want to have contact with him. So peaceful contact means you can't even raise your voice. No hostile contact. No fighting, no yelling, no pushing, none of that. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
You can't possess a weapon, firearm, or ammunition. Did the police confiscate this weapon?
Yes.
They did? Okay. You can't have contact with any witness in this case either. All right, good luck, ma'am.
Witness.
I'm sorry?
Say, who's the witness?
The state can give us the names.
And what's the bond?
So if she qualifies for pretrial release, she'll be placed on that and not required to post a monetary bond. Otherwise, it's $1,000 on count one and $100 on count two. So one of the things that you need is an address.
We stay at my grandmother's.
Okay, so she'll have to tell pretrial release that address.
Yeah, she knows it.
Okay. She'll have to tell them that. You can't have any contact with Ternier Dievens or Karina Sanchez Watts. All right, good luck, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Your Honor, if I may.
Thank you.
I have
Yes.
a question for the witness. Are any of those names that the judge just read, do they live at the house with you? Is that any one of those your grandmother?
No, we don't know none of them people.
They were independent eyewitnesses.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you, Your Honor.
Good luck.
All right.
Please tell me your name. 21 CF 8138. You're here charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, battery, domestic violence, and neglect of a child. There's probable cause in this case, and I'll appoint an attorney to represent you. Did you wish to testify?
I need interpreter, please.
Oh, you need Spanish?
Yes, please.
I don't know if we can get a Spanish interpreter. Yeah. Why didn't they tell us that earlier? I don't think I can get one now.
Good afternoon, this is Dalia Romero, Spanish interpreter on the line.
I'm so glad you're still there. I'm so sorry. We have a witness who needs your services.
Not a problem, Your Honor.
This is in 21 CF 8138. Please raise your right hand to be sworn.
Por favor, levante su mano derecha para prestar juramento.
Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give should be the truth, the whole truth, so help you God?
Solemnemente jura que el testimonio que va a presentar es la verdad, toda la verdad y nada más que la verdad ante Dios.
Lo juro.
I do.
Please state your name for the record.
Por favor, díganos su nombre para las actas.
Santiago Ruiz.
Santiago Ruiz.
Mr. Ruiz, how do you know Sharon Arias?
Señor Ruiz, ¿cómo conoció usted a Sharon Arias?
Buenos días, honorable jueza. Ella es mi esposa y tenemos 3 años de estar juntos.
Good morning, Your Honor. She is my wife, and we've been together for 3 years.
Are you afraid of your wife?
¿Usted le tiene temor a su esposa?
No, para nada.
No, not at all.
Do you want to have contact with her while this case is pending?
¿Usted quiere poder tener comunicación y contacto con ella mientras este caso esté pendiente?
Absolutamente.
Absolutely.
Does she live with you?
¿Ella vive con usted?
Sí, señora.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you want her to return to the home?
¿Usted quiere que ella regrese al hogar?
Sí, señora.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you know if drugs or alcohol were involved in this incident?
¿Sabe usted si drogas o alcohol tuvieron algo que ver en este incidente?
No, no tuvieron nada que ver.
No, had nothing to do.
All right. Is there anything else you want to tell the court today?
¿Alguna otra cosa que usted quiera decirle a la juez en el día de hoy?
Sí, honorable jueza. Simplemente quería decir estas palabras. La realidad de la situación es que todo fue producto de una malinterpretación de parte del personal de seguridad del hotel.
Yes, Your Honorable Judge. I just wanted to let you know this was a misunderstanding in the exchange of the words with the security personnel from the hotel.
Y antes de que ellos se retiraran, yo les aclaré la situación a los policías, pero la respuesta de ellos fue que no tenían nada que hacer y que se la tenían que llevar presa. Yo les testifiqué y les expliqué la situación, pero de nada sirvió porque igual me dijeron que la iban a traer.
Before they left, I explained everything to them, and they told me they had nothing to do, that they were going to arrest her, and they did.
Lo que sucedió fue simplemente una argumentación y en este caso yo para no escucharla a ella me salí al balcón. Producto de eso, la señorita Sharon Irías se fue a la puerta a intentar abrirla con un cuchillo, lo que no lo logró y por eso fue que hubo ese cuchillo ahí. Todo el tiempo estuve en el balcón, ella nunca me intentó atacar a mí directamente.
This was just an argument that she had with me, and I didn't want to listen to her. I went to the balcony, and she tried to open the door. She had a knife. She was trying to open the door, but she never tried to come at me with the knife or attack me.
All right, thank you, sir.
Gracias, honorable jueza.
Thank you, Your Honor.
No questions, Your Honor, although I would point to the probable cause for neglect of a child, especially combined with witness testimony. I don't know if the interactions between the witness holding the child and the Ms. Arias, if it rises to, as the statute states, willful or culpable negligence. But of course, it's in this court's discretion. But I had an argument, but then with witness testimony, I have a better argument now, combined with the testimony that there may not be enough PC for a neglected child charge.
What says the state?
Your Honor, based on the.
Oh, wait. Did the interpreter get that?
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I was not aware that she needed the interpreter.
No, she does not. I just don't know if the witness was able to understand what was said in the courtroom.
I can repeat, Madam.
So sorry.
If you'd like.
Yes, could you repeat, please?
Your Honor, I would make a probable cause challenge.
El abogado de la defensa está retando a ver si hay causas en este caso.
The facts in the affidavit combined with witness testimony, I don't.
Los hechos del caso y el testimonio del testigo, yo no creo que.
I don't believe the interaction rises to the willful and culpable negligence as found in the neglect statute.
Yo no creo que justifica las acciones de él justifican o llegan al punto de acuerdo al mandato judicial o la ley, el Código Penal.
Under the totality of the circumstances in finding probable cause.
Bajo la totalidad de las circunstancias, no creo que haya causas que respaldan la acusación.
What says the state?
Your Honor, based on what's
Wait, you have to wait for the.
La juez pregunta al fiscal, ¿qué dice el fiscal?
Your Honor, based on what's in the report, I don't believe that there is a probable cause challenge. I believe that there very clearly pursuant to the Florida statutes with regards to child neglect. In the facts here, the defendant is alleged to have thrown a knife, or it might have been a butter knife, at the victim here while the victim was holding a child, Your Honor.
El abogado dice que basado en parte en el reporte y en cuanto al reto de si hay causas, él no está de acuerdo. Se alega que la acusada le tiró un cuchillo, aunque fuera un cuchillo de mesa, a la víctima mientras estaba cargando a un menor.
Your Honor, so we haven't heard from that victim, and because of that, we'd have to go based on what's in the police report, Your Honor, and what was said to the officer in the totality of the circumstances at the time of the incident.
Como esa víctima no está presente, nos tenemos que dejar llevar por lo que está escrito en el reporte de la policía y que sea considerado en su totalidad.
I appreciate the arguments from both attorneys, but I do find that there is probable cause. Can you hear me, Madam Interpreter?
Yes, I'm sorry. Yo le doy gracias a ambos abogados por su argumento, pero yo hallo que hay causas que respaldan la acusación.
However, based on the testimony of the witness here today, ma'am, I'm going to set your bond at $1,000 on count 1 and $100 each on counts 2 and 3.
Señora, basado en el testimonio del testigo y la víctima aquí en el día de hoy, señora, yo le voy a dar una fianza. En la primera causa, la fianza es de $1,000. En la segunda y tercera causa son 100 en cada uno de estos casos.
I will allow you to have peaceful contact with the victim. Peaceful contact means no hostile contact, no yelling, no throwing things.
Yo le voy a permitir tener contacto pasivo con la víctima. Eso quiere decir que no puede ser un contacto hostil. No le puede gritar, no le puede tirar nada.
You can't possess a weapon, firearm, or ammunition.
No puede poseer ningún tipo de armas, armas de fuego o municiones.
You must comply with any plan set in place by DCF.
Your Honor.
Y tiene que cumplir con cualquier plan que esté puesto en lugar por el Departamento de Niños y Familias.
Yes, Counselor?
Does that include peaceful contact with the child as well as the husband?
Yes.
Y también incluye contacto pasivo con el menor de edad y el esposo. Sí.
Do you understand?
¿Entiende esto, señora?
Sí, entiendo.
Yes, I understand.
All right, sir, did you have any other questions?
No, que tenga un feliz día, honorable jueza.
No, Your Honor, may you have a
Thank you. Good luck. Thank you, Madam Interpreter.
suerte. You're welcome, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yeah, I can't believe that. Please tell me your name.
Age done.
21MM148. You're here charged with battery domestic violence. There is probable cause. I'll appoint an attorney to represent you. Your bond is $500. You can't have any contact with the victim in this case. Do you understand what no contact means?
Yes, I read the paper.
You also can't have contact with the witnesses. You can't possess a weapon, firearm, or ammunition. Weapons include pepper spray. You must maintain a separate residence. I'll allow one-time return with law enforcement to gather your belongings. Are there any other conditions the state would request?
No, Your Honor.
Good luck.
Your Honor, I'm sorry to do this. Can we recall Sharon Arias, the case at least?
Why?
I believe she's here from New Jersey on vacation. Can the order include allowance to return to New Jersey?
Why does the order have to include that?
I don't know.
Is there a law that says that she can't leave?
I don't know, I'm just used to us going through those motions, so.
Yeah, because I think somebody thinks it has to, but I don't know what law says the judge has to order that.
Fair enough.
I think it just means she's just required to be at the court hearings. So as long as she comes back for court, I don't think that has to say that.
That's fine. No need to recall it. Thank you.
Okay. Please tell me your name.
First name Esteban, last name Ocasio, O-C-A-S-I-O.
21MM4751. You're here charged with battery domestic violence. There's probable cause. I'll appoint an attorney to represent you. Does the state object to pretrial release in this case?
One moment, Your Honor. No, Your Honor.
I'm going to place you on pretrial release with special conditions. You're not allowed to have any contact with the victim. Do you understand what no contact means?
Yes, ma'am.
You can't possess a weapon, firearm, or ammunition. You must maintain a separate residence, allow one-time return with law enforcement to gather your belongings. You can't possess or consume alcoholic beverages. You'll be subject to random alcohol screens. All right, good luck. Yes. Please tell me your name.
Madison Hamby.
21MM4750. You're here charged with battery domestic violence. There is probable cause. I'll appoint an attorney to represent you.
Your Honor, is the reason she wouldn't qualify is she's on vacation for PTR?
I have no idea.
I guess that would be the reason.
I just have that she doesn't qualify.
I don't think we can make any verifications.
All right, your bond is $500. You can't have any contact with the victim. Do you understand what no contact means?
Yes. But
I'm sorry?
can I ask a question?
Get closer to the microphone.
The victim's my father, and he was my way home.
But you can't ride home with him now.
Okay. So.
You can't possess a weapon, firearm, or ammunition. You can't possess or consume alcoholic beverages. All right, good luck.
I believe she's from Pennsylvania. Is she able to return to Pennsylvania if needed?
Yes. No. I don't think that needs to be a court order. I don't know why they think that. 21MM4748. Please tell me your name. I'm sorry?
Yarimari Jimenez.
You're here charged with battery domestic violence. There is probable cause, and I'll appoint an attorney to represent you. Do you wish to testify?
Yes.
Please raise your right hand.
Please solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give should be the truth, the whole truth, so help you God.
I swear.
Please state your name for the record.
Hector Diaz.
How do you know the defendant?
We were in a relationship about 4 years ago. We share kids.
4 years ago?
Yes, correct.
So you're not currently in a relationship?
No, ma'am.
I'm sorry, tell me one more time. What is your name?
Hector Diaz.
Spell your last name.
D-I-A-C as in zebra.
Is he in this affidavit?
Yes, Your Honor, he's the victim.
Where?
He's listed in the final sentence. But I don't know if his last name. Oh, I have two last names, and it's Diaz Cruz, and I'm not sure if both of them are showing in there.
Wait, say that again?
I have two last names since my last names are Diaz Cruz, so I'm not sure which one is showing there.
It could be either Diaz or Cruz?
Correct.
Hector?
Yes.
Okay, I see.
Your Honor, may the court make inquiry to this witness to prove his identity?
The state can. Go ahead.
Sir, what's your date of birth? My date of birth, January 11, 1991. No further questions, Your Honor.
All right. Are you afraid of her?
No, I'm not.
Do you want contact with her while this case is pending?
Yes.
Do you two live together?
No, we don't.
It looks like your eye might be swollen.
I had a situation with my eye when I was 18 years old, so it may look like that.
All right. At this time, I'm going to place you on pretrial release. With special conditions, you're not allowed to have any contact with the victim. Do you understand what no contact means?
Yes.
You have to answer out loud.
Yes.
You can't possess a weapon, firearm, or ammunition. Where are the children?
In my house.
I'll order you must comply with any plan set in place by DCF. You can't have any unsupervised contact with any minor child under the age of 18. Do you understand?
Yes.
You can't be within 1,000 feet of his residence for any reason. Are there any other conditions the state would request?
No, Your Honor.
Good luck. Thank you, sir. Good luck. Please tell me your name, sir.
Joseph Robinson.
21MM4735. You're here charged with battery domestic violence and assault domestic violence. There is probable cause. I'll appoint an attorney to represent you. Ma'am, do you wish to testify?
Yes.
Please raise your right hand.
Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give should be the truth, the whole truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Please state your name for the record.
Deborah Robinson.
How do you know the defendant?
He's my husband. We married in 1999.
Are you afraid of him?
No.
Do you want to have contact with him while this case is pending?
Yes.
Were you two living together?
Yes. We have 2 adult daughters, and it would be easier if he were with us.
It might be easier, ma'am, but it doesn't look to this court like it would be safer. He has several prior domestic battery arrests, assault, aggravated battery, and battery.
Alcohol.
Most of those are with you as the victim.
Yes, alcohol is a contributor, and his father has stated it is not allowed in the house any longer.
All right, at this time, sir, I'm going to place you on pretrial release with special conditions. You're not allowed to have any contact with the victim. Do you understand what no contact means?
Yes, ma'am.
You can't possess a weapon, firearm, or ammunition. You can't possess or consume alcoholic beverages, and you'll be subject to random alcohol screens. You must maintain a separate residence. I'll allow a one-time return with law enforcement to gather your belongings, but you can't coordinate that with the victim. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am. Your Honor, may I ask?
Yes, you can say anything you want. Everything you say is being recorded and can be used against you later.
Neither my wife nor my children drive. I'm the only one that drives for them, that can take them to go shopping or to my daughter to work. It would really be a great inconvenience for both my family and myself if I wasn't there for them. I can assure you they will be completely safe. This is only something that happens once in a while when I get really drunk, and I'm done with that. So I'm not going to, that would not be an issue. But it would be much more beneficial to my family if I could at least be there to take them to where they need to go and take them to the grocery store and work and things like that.
Sir, it would also be beneficial to your family if you didn't do things like kick in the bedroom door, slap your wife, punch her. That would be very beneficial for your family.
Yeah, and some of that stuff is incorrect.
All right. At this time, I'm not going to allow you to have contact with them.
Okay, I understand.
Your Honor, what were the bond amounts?
It's pretrial release.
Okay.
But I'm going to tell you, you can't have contact with your daughters either if they were there. They were. Who was there? Jody. Is Jody one of your daughters?
Yes.
You can't have contact with her either. All right, good luck. She's a witness. Good luck, ma'am. Please tell me your name.
Yolanda Maria Ayala Ramos.
21 CF 8104, you're here charged with possession of heroin, possession of alprazolam, and possession of cocaine. There is probable cause. I'll appoint an attorney to represent you. Your bond is $1,000 on count 1, $150 on counts 2 and 3. You can't possess or consume any controlled substance without a valid prescription or have contact with any known drug dealers. At this time, I'm revoking both of your out on bond cases. Good luck, ma'am. Sir, please tell me your name.
Campbell. Campbellton Campbell.
Thank you. 21 CF 8117. You're here charged with burglary of a dwelling with assault or battery. There is probable cause. I'll appoint an attorney to represent you. As that is currently charged as a punishable by life offense, at this time, I'll not be giving you a bond. Your attorney will have to file a motion in front of the trial judge. But even while in custody, you can't have any contact with any victim or witness in this case. Do you understand? In 21 CF 8119, you're here charged with grand theft of a motor vehicle. I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you in that case as well. Mr. Brands, were you wishing to be heard on that?
No, Your Honor, I was just writing some notes on his sheet.
All right, I do think there's probable cause, but when you stood, I just wanted to make sure I didn't cut off any arguments that you have.
I understand, Your Honor. No arguments at this time.
Thank you. All right, sir, your bond in that case will be $1,000. You can't have contact with any victim or witness in this case either. Good luck.
Your Honor, Farley Eric was behavior.
You said he's behavior?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, it's 21 CF 7956. I'll find his behavior a willing waiver of his appearance today. There is probable cause. I'll appoint your office. It's a warrant.
Yes, Your Honor.
I'll stay the bonds as listed, 5,000 on each count, no victim contact. Please tell me your name.
Robert Fisher.
A Capias was issued for your arrest in 20 CF 13035 for failing to appear for a trial management conference on a charge of petty theft with 2 prior convictions. There's no bond authorized, and I'll appoint an attorney to represent you. Good luck. Sir, please tell me your name. 20 CF 8546, a Capias was issued for your arrest for failing to appear for a trial management conference on a charge of grand theft as a second-degree felony. There's no bond authorized, and I'll appoint an attorney to represent you. Good luck, sir. Please tell me your name.
Yeah, Jusen Jesney.
21 CF 8120. You're here charged with driving while license suspended, third or subsequent offense, possession of cocaine, possession of fentanyl, and possession of drug paraphernalia. I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you. There is probable cause in this case. Your bond is $2,500 on count 1, $150 on counts 2 and 3, and $100 on count 4. You're not allowed to possess or consume any controlled substance without a valid prescription. You can't have contact with any known drug dealers, and you can't drive without a valid Florida license. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
At this time, I'm revoking your out on bond case. Good luck, sir. Please tell me your name.
Tyler McGee.
21 CF 8127. You're here charged with driving while license revoked, a third or subsequent offense, and no motorcycle license. There is probable cause in this case, and I'll appoint an attorney to represent you.
All right.
At this time, I'm going to revoke your ROR in 21 CT 88.
What is the ROR?
So you were released on your own recognizance for the same charge, driving while license suspended, back on June 30th.
Would you consider setting a monetary bond, Your Honor?
I will. That bond will be $500, so I'm not going to hold you at no bond.
And Your Honor, before court actually found another for, out on bond case, it's a Dwillis 2021 CT 004676 AO.
The exact same charge?
Yes, it's a Dwillis. He was arrested 6/30/21.
I'm going to revoke that one as well. I don't have it.
Yeah, 2021 CT 004676 AO.
I'll revoke that one as well and set that bond at $500. You can't drive without a license. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
And you understand that every time you do and you get arrested, and then if you get convicted, the state files it as a felony.
Yes, ma'am.
So what's a misdemeanor charge is now going to be a felony on your record. So talk to your attorney as soon as you can, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
What were the
Good luck.
bond amounts on the current charges?
500. On the what?
On the current charges? I don't know if bond was set on those.
I did.
Oh, did you?
I didn't. What is it? On the?
On here, it's 25,500.
I'm going to make it 1,000 and 500.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yeah, I usually keep them separate. Please tell me your name.
Matthew Lewis Mansour.
20 CF 9411. Capias was issued for your arrest, charging you with criminal mischief with damage of $1,000 or more. The bond on that is $1,000. I'll appoint an attorney to represent you. You're not allowed to return to the scene of the offense or have contact with any victim or witness. Do you understand?
Yes.
Did you say yes?
Yes.
Thank you. Good luck. Please tell me your name.
John Milburn.
21 CF 8102, you're here charged with 3 counts of burglary of a dwelling and 3 counts of petty theft with 2 prior convictions. There is probable cause. I'll appoint an attorney to represent you. Your bond is $5,000 on count 1, $150 on counts 2 and 3, and $100 on 4, 5, and 6. You're not allowed to have any contact with any victim or witness in this case. Do you understand that? You can't return to this scene for any reason. Do you understand?
I didn't commit burglary.
You can't go back there. Do you understand that? I can't hear you.
Yes, I understand.
All right, you can't possess a weapon, firearm, or ammunition. Good luck. Please tell me your name. 21 CF 8129. You're here charged with possession of fentanyl and possession of methamphetamine. There is probable cause. Did you say something?
I didn't know that, I didn't know that,
You didn't know what?
what I was charged with.
So in this case, it's possession of fentanyl and possession of methamphetamine. And then in 21 CF 8130, you're charged with possession of LSD and possession of drug paraphernalia. There is probable cause in both cases. I'll appoint an attorney to represent you in both. Your bond is $1,000 on count 1 and $150 on count 2 in 8129.
Your Honor, she otherwise does qualify for PTR. I don't think she has a very rampant criminal history. 1 misdemeanor, nothing out of state, victimless charges, and no damage to property. I would have you consider that if entitling her to, or allowing her to be released on PTR.
What says the state?
The state would object to PTR, Your Honor.
Is there a reason?
Well, the state will leave it to the court's discretion, but the state would object, Your Honor, based off of the charge.
All right, at this time, I'm going to place you on pretrial release in both cases. You can't possess or consume any controlled substance without a valid prescription, have contact with any known drug dealers, and you cannot have contact with Laura Mueller. Do you know who that is? All right, you'll be subject to random screens. Did I say that? Random drug screens. All right, good luck. Yes. So if those are two co-defendants, they can't be together. All right. Please tell me your name.
Laura Mueller.
21 CF 8131. You're here charged with possession of methamphetamine, possession of MDMA, possession of LSD, and possession of GHB. There is probable cause. I'll appoint an attorney to represent you.
Is there,
She does not qualify for pretrial release.
is the reason due to context?
Yeah, due to being unable to verify any information.
Due to what?
I would just have you set a low monetary bond, Your Honor. I believe both these clients may have employment issues and may not be able to pay for a bond. One did get out on PTR without having to post a monetary bond. I would just have you set a low monetary bond so this Ms. Miller could also bond out, hopefully.
You're not similarly situated, Counselor. This
I understand.
this defendant has a homicide in her criminal history.
It is in 1999 that it happened.
Yeah, I see that it was a long time ago, but I do see that it's there. Does the state wish to be heard?
Yes, Your Honor. Given the history, Your Honor, the risk assessments would be very high, Your Honor. So, and given that, however, the state would leave it to the discretion of the court, but would ultimately prefer non-PTR.
Your bond will be $1,000 on count one, $150 on each subsequent count. You can't possess or consume any controlled substance without a valid prescription. You can't have contact with any known drug dealers or with Brandy Moore. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
Yes, co-defendant. Good luck.
Your Honor, Pena Alex's behavior.
21 CF 8124, robbery with a firearm. I'll find his behavior a willing waiver of his appearance today. I will appoint an attorney to represent him. Did the state wish to be heard?
Yes, Your Honor.
Your Honor.
I'm sorry?
I'll wait till the state
Oh.
addresses the issue.
I'll let the Office of the Public Defender go first, Your Honor.
I think the state needs to announce one first, and then I'll respond to that.
Are you going to ask me to hold him at no bond because it's a punishable by life offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
No argument, although I do have some mental health concerns. If he's going to be held at no bond, I'm not quite sure how screening works with mental health, because he wouldn't be probably eligible for mental health PTR, but I would just have you consider that as part of your.
You could be right, but I don't think there's anything this court can do at this time, but when just leave notes for your office when they file that bond motion.
He's entitled to that evidentiary hearing downtown, Your Honor.
Right. And I'll order that even while in custody, he can't have contact with the victim or any witness in the case. Please tell me your name, sir.
Robert James Perry.
Mr. Perry?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. 21 CF 8107. You have a warrant for possession of a controlled substance. Another judge has already found probable cause. Your bond is $500, and I'll appoint an attorney to represent you in that case. Oh, that's the only case I have today. All right. Good luck, sir.
Your Honor, Robert Eric, behavior also.
21 CF 8118. I'll find his behavior a willing waiver of his appearance today. There is probable cause. I'll appoint your office, Mr. Brantz.
Yes, Your Honor.
His bond is $1,500 on count 1, $100 on count 2. No return, no victim contact, no weapons, firearms, or ammunition. Please tell me your name.
Arias Emilio Salazar.
21 CF 767. A Capias was issued for your arrest for failing to appear for a status hearing on a charge of possession of methamphetamine. There's no bond on that, and I'll appoint an attorney to represent you.
May I have a few moments with our client, Your Honor? Before
different
you
one?
get- No, this one right here, but just before you get to the out on bond, in case,
I'm not going to revoke that one,
just
based on I don't do it with the Capias like this.
understood, Your Honor. I just know he really wants to ask me something, so
All right, go ahead.
take a few moments. Thank you. Okay. Not gonna take- Okay.
Dexter.
Excuse me.
Go ahead.
I was in custody of Seminole County from May 27th to July 9th, and I just got released on 18 months of state probation. And basically, I literally could not come to court. I couldn't. I told them in Seminole County that I had court June 8th, and I told them 8 times, and they didn't do anything. So it's literally not my fault that I couldn't make it here.
You could be right, but because it's a Capias that was issued by another judge, I can't change it. So you're going to have your attorney file a motion to quash the Capias, and that judge has to sign it. I can't do it today. So call the public defender's office.
Well, in Orange County, you have to have a PIN number for the public defender's office. I don't have that. I need.
He's going to give you, did you give him the piece of paper?
I did, and I'll send an email. to our-
Okay.
Okay.
All right, good luck, sir. No.
Your Honor, Shelton Shannon, bonded.
All right. Please tell me your name.
Montrell Streeter.
21 CF 8139. A warrant was issued for your arrest, charging you with possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, tampering with evidence, fleeing to elude law enforcement, and driving while license suspended. Another judge has already found probable cause. I'll appoint an attorney to represent you. I'll stay your bonds as listed in the warrant at $2,500 on count 1, $1,000 on counts 2 and 3, and $250 on count 4. You can't possess a weapon, firearm, or ammunition. Do you understand? Good luck, sir. Oh. She was seen downtown? Yeah. On the Capias? So why is she here then? So she's already seen a judge, and we're bringing her to see a judge again? No, no. That doesn't make any sense. Who brought her here? Inmate records don't do that. She shouldn't be required to see a judge twice for the same offense when the judge has already set bond.
Talking about Miss.
Tell me your name.
Last name Tally,
First name?
Letitia.
Your Honor, may I approach on this case?
Yes, this is 20 CF 13484. All right, it looks like you saw Judge Wilson yesterday. I don't really know why you're here today. You have a bond at $2,500. You're already represented by the Public Defender's Office, and I'll take no action on your out on bond cases.
Thank you, Your Honor. Just a moment.
I don't know. She shouldn't be here, so I don't know.
Yes or nay?
All right, Mr. Brantz. You can see her after court. Please tell me your name.
Dennis Jeffrey Batts.
That's not who I have.
You have a booking number listed for him?
Hold on. Bats? I had Lauder next. All right, this is 21MM 2920. A Capias was issued for your arrest for failing to appear for arraignment on a charge of petty theft. Your bond is $2,000, and I'll appoint an attorney to represent you. Good luck, sir.
Your Honor, I believe Mr. Bates would like to plead to the court on his petty theft, if you would be amenable to taking a plea.
I'm not on a petty theft. I have to have the facts of it in order to do that.
The only issue is he has cases in another county, and I don't believe he can bond out on that amount on the FTA, and I know it's a Capias. But if the amount of bond was lower, he'd be able to bond out here to go resolve the cases in the other county.
As we've discussed several times today, I can't change another judge's Capias, so that judge has to change that bond amount. But because of the charge is petty theft, and there's a lot of things that go into that charge, so I can't accept a plea today.
Your Honor, would you like a factual basis for the charge?
No. What's your name?
James Lauder.
20 CT 955. A Capias was issued for your arrest for failing to appear for arraignment on a charge of no motorcycle license. The bond is $2,000, and I'll appoint an attorney to represent you. Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
Please tell me your name.
John Gillespie.
21 4749. You're here charged with battery, resisting a merchant, and retail petty theft. There is probable cause, and I'll appoint an attorney to represent you. Your bond is $500 on each count. You can't have any contact with any victim or witness in this case. You can't return to the Suncoast Fuel Station at 5928 Butler National Drive. Do you know where that is?
Yes, I do.
Okay, you can't go back there. You can't possess a weapon, firearm, or ammunition. You can't possess or consume any alcoholic beverages. Good luck. Please tell me your name.
Nancy Gonzalez.
21 4747. You're here charged with battery. I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you. Did you wish to be heard, Counselor?
No, Your Honor.
All right, there is probable cause in this case. Your bond is $500. You can't have any contact with any victim or witness in this case. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
You can't possess a weapon, firearm, or ammunition. You can't return to the West Side Market.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck.
Thank you.
Please tell me your name.
Levante Green.
21 4743. You're here charged with battery. There is probable cause, and I'll appoint an attorney to represent you. Your bond is $500. You can't have any contact with the victim. Do you understand what no contact means?
Yes, ma'am.
You can't possess a weapon, firearm, or ammunition.
Your Honor, as to the out on bond case, if I can be heard.
All right, go ahead, Counselor.
I spoke with Mr. Green in the back, and he told me about his issues with unemployment during the pandemic. He has just recently started working again at City Beverages, as indicated on the PTR sheet. He has started working there full-time. His family, as well as he has lived all his life here in the city, as well as Orange County. He can't miss a day of work, so if you would revoke and set at none, that would affect his employment as well as income. I would just have you set a higher bond on his out on bond case as opposed to revoking and setting at none.
What says the state?
No objection to setting a bond, Your Honor. State would ask for statutory bond.
I don't show an extensive criminal history, but while out on bond for committing a crime, you got arrested for committing another crime. And the facts in this affidavit, it's a pretty violent crime. That concerns this court.
May I say?
You understand, hold on, I'm not asking you to defend anything, and everything you say here is on a record it's being recorded and it can be used against you later. I'm just telling you what I'm thinking so you understand my order. You understand that while you're out on bond, well, I mean, you can't get arrested anyway, but when you're out on bond and you get arrested for a new crime, you can be held at no bond. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm going to take no action at this time. Good luck, sir. Please tell me your name. What's your name, sir?
Rish Kumar.
21 4746. You're here charged with battery. There's probable cause. I'll appoint an attorney to represent you.
I say something?
I'm sorry?
I say something?
You can say anything you want, but everything you say
I'm innocent.
Sir, let me finish. Everything you say is being recorded and can be used against you later. Do you understand that? No, that's not me. All right, so you understand that anything you say can be used against you later. Did you still want to say something? Or no?
No.
All right. This isn't a trial today. I'm just telling you there's probable cause. That's all. I don't know if the state's going to file the charges. I don't know what your defenses will be. All of that will come later, okay?
Okay.
At this time, I'll set your bond at $500. You're not allowed to have any contact with the victim. Do you understand what no contact means?
Yes, ma'am.
You can't possess a weapon, firearm, or ammunition. Were you two living in the same house? Sir? Were you two living in the same house?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you can't right now. You must maintain a separate residence. I'll allow one-time return with law enforcement to gather your belongings.
Who
You
got my
understand?
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Okay, good luck.
Okay, thank you.
Please tell me your name.
Romance Faircloth. Good evening, everybody.
I'm sorry?
My name is Romance. Oh. Can I take it down a little bit? Put it on?
Yes. Oh, no, not the mask. I thought you meant the volume.
Yeah, my name is Romance Faircloth. I think I'm gonna just have to talk like this. Can everybody hear me?
Just get a little closer, in between there. There you go. All right, sir, you have a warrant out of Polk County for failing to appear on a charge of driving while license suspended with no bond. We'll notify Polk County that you're here so they can come and get you, and I'll appoint an attorney to represent you.
All right. Can I say something real quick?
Yes, but everything you say is being recorded and can be used against you later.
Listen, far as like my license, I have a valid license now, and I had to go through like certain things in Polk County prior for me to get my car, and I wouldn't be able to have my license or my car if I didn't have no valid stuff. So it says FTA through failure to appear,
Yes.
and I got out. My last time in jail was October 26th, and they gave me an October 27 date right after that. I had a virtual call that I went through and sat there for like a good 2 hours, 2.5 hours, just to get into the conference. Had the conversation, it got disconnected, then I connected back again. I talked to the dude, the judge, and I got the confirmation emailed in my phone. But it's still like, I don't know how I still have a warrant if I have a valid car, a valid thing in my name, and
So the warrant it's for failing to appear for court. So you have to, I could believe everything you say. You could be telling me the truth, but I can't do anything about it. You have to go back to Polk County and explain that to that judge.
how long normally does it take for them guys to come from here to?
I don't know because COVID changed everything. Everyone is transporting now, but I don't know how long it takes right now.
Okay.
But call your attorney.
All right, thank you.
Yes, sir. Good luck. You too. No bond on that.
That's the Osceola County order. I did it the way they did it on information, but they want to speak the other way. I did it, it's the same thing.
Okay. Please tell me your name.
Michael Jones, man.
All right, Mr. Jones, you have a warrant out of Union County. For disorderly conduct with no bond. Oh, it's an FTA. So it's a failure to appear on a charge of disorderly conduct or a fray with no bond. We'll notify them that you're here so they can transport you, and I'll appoint an attorney to represent you. Did you have a question?
Yeah, I got the failure to appear. I was in here for 9 months.
So I believe you, and you might have a defense to that, but I can't change it because it's a warrant out of another county signed by another judge. So you have to address it with that judge. I can't change it. All right, good luck. Please tell me your name.
RPU.
You also have a warrant from another county. (18 CF 956). It's for violating probation by committing the criminal offense of possession of a weapon by a convicted felon and resisting an officer without violence. So wait, this is an Orange County violation, right?
No.
I see. I see. So this is out of Lake County. All right, so your violation of probation is out of Lake County for the new cases that were in Orange County. So you'll have no bond, and I'll appoint an attorney to represent you, and they'll come and get you when you address your Orange County cases. Sir, please tell me your name.
Harvey Jenkins.
20 CF 6733. You're here for a violation of probation. A warrant was issued for your arrest for failing to make court cost payments, failing to pay the cost of supervision, failing to successfully complete 25 hours of community service. There's no bond authorized on this warrant, and I'll appoint an attorney to represent you, sir.
Your Honor, Robert Linens, bonded.
Please tell me your name.
Richard Nowacki.
21 MO 778. You're here charged with indecent conduct. There is probable cause. I'll appoint an attorney to represent you. Your bond is $250.
Your Honor,
Yes.
usually there's an offer from the state on city ordinances. Would you consider a plea to the court, plea to the bench of withhold and credit time served?
Not based on this charge and these facts, Counselor. I think some other things need to be addressed.
Understood, Your Honor, but there were no victims, adult or minor, in the area, if that is your concern. As to bond, if you do not accept, just a moment, Your Honor. Your Honor, as to his transient status, I don't believe he has any income to cover a bond, nor if I even suggested ROR, he wouldn't have a place to get mail or get contacted by the court. I would just have you set a lower bond than what is usual, and hopefully a bondsman will take 10%.
Why are you not asking me to release him on his own recognizance?
Usually I can, but usually the judge would ask if there was a way to contact the defendant, but I will still propose that you can release him on his own recognizance.
What says the state?
Your
I
Honor,
show no criminal history.
let me see.
I show arrests and no convictions.
I don't see any out-of-state, just some out-of-state arrests, Your Honor. So the state would ask for $100 bond, Your Honor.
I'm going to release him on his own recognizance, but Mr. Brantz, you need to make a note for your coworkers, because if he doesn't come to court because we don't have an address for him, a warrant will be issued for his arrest, and he'll be arrested for not coming to court.
I'm going to ask him for his contact info right now, Your Honor.
All right, go ahead.
So you can give them the date.
Thank you. Also, I have something else for you, Mr. Brantz. And this is in person, so it's not virtual. Okay, so I'm going to tell him. Okay. All right, Mr. Brantz, wait, don't go anywhere yet. Mr. Nowacki, your next court date is going to be July 22nd at 7:30 in the morning, you'll be seeing Judge Bigney, that's what it says, right? Yep, Judge Bigney, in the downtown courthouse. What's her courtroom? Is that on there?
Your Honor, it's 12C.
12C. Thank you. So you understand that's your next court date. If you don't come to court, the judge is going to issue a warrant for your arrest, and you're going to be right back here because you didn't come to court. All right? Good luck, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Are you on her docket?
That's my division, Your Honor.
Well, thank you. Sir, please tell me your name.
Oh, Joel Owens?
21 CO 873. You're here charged with soliciting without a permit. There is probable cause. Does the state have an offer?
No, Your Honor, not this time.
Is there a reason? You don't have to. You're not required to. I'm just asking. If
There's no, I didn't see a note in it, Your Honor, and.
All right.
Your Honor, I did speak with Mr. Owens in the back, and generally, especially with a ordinance of this sort, usually there's a plea to the bench for withhold and credit time served, but I would also, for your consideration, also plea to the bench of withholding with credit time served on his current soliciting without a permit and then his soliciting without a permit in 21 CO 870.
Yeah, he does have 2 cases. Did you have a chance to discuss with him the rights he would be giving up by entering a plea of guilty or no contest?
Yes, we did speak about that, and he does understand those rights to be waived.
Mr. Owens, please raise your right hand.
Do you solemnly swear and affirm that the testimony you're about to give should be the truth, the whole truth, so help you God? Thank you.
All right, Mr. Owens, you heard what Mr. Branch just said. Is that what you want to do here today?
Yes, ma'am.
And you understand the rights you're giving up if you enter a plea of guilty or no contest?
Yes.
Do you have any questions for me about those rights?
No.
You understand if you're on probation anywhere, this plea could violate that?
Yes.
And if you're not a U.S. citizen, this plea could deport you? Has anyone threatened you or promised you anything to get you to enter this plea today?
No.
Are you under the influence of anything that would affect your ability to understand what you're doing here today?
Can you repeat the question, Your Honor?
Yeah.
Are you under the influence of anything that would affect your ability to understand? Did you say no?
No.
At this time, how do you wish to plead to the 2 charges of soliciting without a permit?
No contest.
I'll accept your pleas. I find them freely and voluntarily made. I will withhold adjudication in both cases. I'll give you credit for, I don't know how many days, 2 on this case. Probably.
He had a notice to appear on the
Oh,
the other
so
case,
it's a
so I
notice
don't
to
think he's any.
Okay, so then that's 1 day credit. I have to order that you pay court costs. Sir, do you have a job?
No, I don't.
Do you have a home?
I have a place I do stay at.
Is it a home?
All right.
No, it's not a home. It's, what it is a business. I do the security and clean up. It's like a self-service car wash, and I get to live there for free. So maybe I can work something out with the owner to get a little cash here and there, you know.
No, I'm gonna reduce that to a lien. So your court costs, I'm reducing them to a lien. I'm not giving you a deadline, but you still have to pay them someday.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right, good luck, sir. You have 30 days to appeal in writing.
Okay.
That was both cases. Okay. Okay, well, we're calling back up Mr. McCaster. Does the state have, do you have the facts of the underlying charge in this case?
Yes, sure.
Thank you. I'm waiting on the state.
Yes, Your Honor.
You're Mr. McCaster, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, this is 21 MM 3894. We talked earlier, but I needed to get some information. I was able to get in touch with the other judge,
Yes.
but I need some more information from the state.
Your Honor, the factual basis of the underlying charge, on April 30th of 2020, a witness found the defendant back on Family Dollar Store property after the defendant was previously trespassed on April 12th of 2020. The LEO contacted the defendant on the property, and he was identified by the witness manager. There's a cost of investigation of $39.22.
Wait, how many? 30 or 50?
$39.22, Your Honor.
All right. Can I see both attorneys, please? Yes. All right, at this time, Mr. McCaster, I don't think we formally appointed the Public Defender's Office. I'm going to do that. I asked the clerk to verify, and at this time, you don't have a private attorney in this case. So do you think you're working with another attorney?
It happened so long ago, I don't know who my first attorney, I don't even know,
Do you think that was a public defender, though?
probably was.
Okay, so I am going to appoint them officially in this case, so now you have representation. Mr. Brands, did you want to make an oral motion in this case?
Yes, Your Honor, may I make a motion or a tennis to quash the Capias from Judge Cameron and reset a court date for Mr. McCaster to appear in front of Judge Cameron?
Is there any objection to this from the state?
No, Your Honor.
All right, we did discuss this in the interest of judicial economy at this time. I'm going to grant that motion and quash this Capias. I was also in touch with Judge Cameron, who is your trial judge, and he gave the court permission to do that on his behalf. So at this time, the Capias is quashed. I'm going to ask the clerk if she can give us your new arraignment date. But here's the bad news for you, Mr. McCaster. Now that we've had so much conversation, you and I, about your case, I'm going to remember who you are. So if you fail to appear for this court date and then come back in front of me, I will know that you didn't go to another court date. You understand?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Okay. Let me see if I can get you a court date. I don't know. Can you do it? Okay, give us 1 minute, because I want to make sure you have the right court date before you leave.
Yes, ma'am.
Usually we only can do it if you're releasing him or
I am going to release him on his own recognizance. With the condition that you cannot return to the Dollar General.
Yes,
No
Your Honor.
problem. No
All
problem.
right, you know where that is.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't go back there.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And then you're going to get a new court date, and you have an attorney. Well, he won't be with you in court, but his office will be. So you're going to call the number on that piece of paper that he's going to give you, and you're going to show up in court, right?
Yes, I will. Yes, I will.
It's gonna be July 13th at 7:30.
Oh.
Division 62.
That's this week. So July 13th at 7:30 in the morning, you have to be in the downtown courthouse.
Open up at,
It's still open. You want me to give them farther out?
No. You can do it on the 13th, right?
yeah, my question is, what time do the courthouse usually
It
open?
opens at 7:30.
Okay, and it's at 7:30, the court time?
You won't see the judge till probably 9.
Okay, they'll be there early.
Right, so they have you come in to get processed because it takes time for them to check you in and for the clerk to get ready. But still be there, because if the judge is there and you're not there because you thought he wasn't coming yet, he can issue a warrant for your arrest.
Madam Clerk, may I have the division and courtroom number again,
Yes.
please?
Division 62, Judge Cameron, courtroom 9B.
And that's Tuesday morning. This Tuesday, you have 3 days. You understand?
Yes, ma'am, I do. And that was the problem last time, I'm sorry. That was the problem last time. I didn't know what courtroom I was up. It's something from the first floor to the fourth, then back down to the second.
Right.
Yes, ma'am.
So this time you know. We've had a lot of conversation now, you and me, so hopefully I won't see you again.
Thank you very much.
Good luck, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, any other business before